Hello everyone, it's Dee. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 4 of the Vintage Cookbook. I started to create this and I thought my camera was running and it wasn't. So this is why it's sort of done here, but I'll just take you really quick through what I did. I picked out some paper from Authentique, and it's this darling little calico print with all kinds of kitchen stuff. I adhered it like we normally do to the paper from the cookbook and punched out the holes. Then I put a doily here, and actually my mother gave me this doily. It's a vintage doily, and I thought that was so appropriate. And as I was starting to glue it down, I realized my camera was not filming it, so I apologize for that, but I caught it pretty quick right in the beginning, so we can start from here. So I'm just going to glue this down. I took some brown paper, scrapbook paper, cardstock around here for the mat, and then I took Digital Collage Club's 131 vintage polka dot paper pack that we've been using, and I had a remnant left over that I used from another page I created, and took that piece and adhered it down so that way it was matted right to the brown piece of paper. And that's about it. So not a lot was done, just your basics. And so here we go now. What I would like to do is explain to you what recipe we're going to be doing. This recipe is called Magic Bars, and in my mom's handwriting here you can see it says Hello Dollies, and I have a story about this recipe. So as I'm speaking, what I'm going to do is just adhere it down and go from there. And this is also another remnant of Digital Collage Club's 131 vintage polka dot paper pack. And we're going to glue that down. I think I want that going right down, kind of like a border on the side here, like this. And then this we're going to put here. Okay, so this was a classic recipe in my family's history. My grandmother, who's featured on the cover of the cookbook, her sisters, my aunts, they all cooked, they all baked, like I was telling you before. And my aunt came over one day, one of my aunts, and cooked me this dish. And she says they're called Hello Dollies. And I was like, oh. So, and I was a kid, ate it, was great, loved it. Well, that became a thing between her and I. And every time we would get together, whether I would go to her house or she would come down to my house for a visit, she would always bring me a plate of Hello Dollies. And it just got to be like this thing between her and I. So one day, my other aunt, which is her sister, found out that she was bringing me these Hello Dollies. And she kind of got jealous. And she said, well, next time I come, I'm going to bring you Hello Dollies. Well, one day they both came to visit, and they both had Hello Dolly plates, and they gave it to me. And my one aunt, who had gotten jealous, said to me, well, you have to tell us which one's better. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, no, that's not going to happen. And I had to eat one of each, and as I'm doing that, my aunts are sitting there arguing about whose recipe is better, and that I'm going to tell them which one is better. And I just sat there, I didn't say anything, and I just ate my Hello Dollies, and that was it. And I never gave them an answer because I was not going to get involved in that. I just wanted to enjoy my Hello Dollies. So I just have very fond memories of that recipe. And as I was going through my mom's recipes, I found it and I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. So it's very dear to my heart that I can actually have the recipe in my mom's handwriting, knowing that she got this from my one aunt that always cooked it for me or baked it for me, and I could put it in the book, and that was just very special. So I journaled that on this little journal card, which is also from the Mom's Recipe Journal Kit from a Digital Collage Club, and I just thought that that was really cute how I could incorporate that story with the recipe. Okay, so from here I have these little raw chipboards, images that I told you I've been digging up and finding in my hoard, and I painted them. They're little flowers. I painted them coordinating colors to go with this page, and I'm just going to kind of randomly put them in areas. I think that that's kind of cute. It kind of pulls out the color swatches that we see in here. And then I also have, and I'm sure a lot of people a long time ago, I don't know if they still have these out. I think Jolie's by You are still out there. But these were the really tiny ones, long time ago. And they're these little tiny flowers. And I thought they would look really cute to put them kind of like right in the middle of each flower. And there you go. It's simple as that. I really enjoyed creating this page because, again, there's a story behind it, and it was something that I was very surprised to find in my mom's recipes. So I think I'm going to stop with that one. I'll glue that at another time. Put that over there. And then the next page I'd like to do, we're going to do page 2 now. I covered the front of one of the pages from the Vintage Cookbook, Digital Collage Club's 131 Vintage Polka Dot Paper Pack that we've been using. And this is on the front. It's going to be in a green theme. And I'm using, from the first episode, I was telling you that Digital Collage Club, if you sign up for her club and she sends out her newsletter, you get free clip art, and this was one of the images which I thought was darling, and I wanted to use that. So the green here in her dress kind of inspired me to do green theme. And I also had a little bit of green on this guest check, and I thought, how cute would she look right there with her little guy. And as I was going through my mother's recipes, I cannot believe what I found. She had a recipe for pineapple pie in green ink, which I thought was just, I was like, no way. I couldn't believe it. So I was thinking that we could utilize that and put that right here on the top. I've got some green vintage trim fabric type of material, and I wanted to put that right into the side, the left side. And I have our doilies. I always can use a doily when it comes to baking or cooking in the kitchen, and it's so vintage. I love them. And we have another recipe from my mother. This one's a apple pie. Kind of go with the pie theme. So I thought I would stick that right there. And they're these like tiny little pieces of paper. And as I was going through the cookbook, I found this pineapple cake. So it reminded me, even though this is a pie and this is a cake, I thought maybe that would look cute over here. And I've got some vintage fabric that's like tattered and very organic, and it's green. And I thought maybe we can stick that there to kind of cluster in that area. Some more of the chipboard that I've painted. This time I painted it green, and I'm going to use the little Jolie flowers from the other page we did. I'm going to put that right in the middle, and that yellow here, a little bit yellow in her apron, I thought would pull out nicely from that. And some vintage buttons, because you know I have to have my buttons. And we can just stick that right there and do a nice little cluster. And voila, there's our page. I thought that was pretty cute, and I'm going to glue all that down, put it in a book. You'll see it as I do my flip throughs, and just wanted to share that with you. So I hope you very much, this inspires you, and that thank you for watching the video, and welcome if you're new. And if you would like to subscribe, I very much appreciate it. Thank you for all that do subscribe. And if you would like to get any notifications from me when I do release a video, you can click the bell and it will notify you when I do. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.